whenever you hear someone say, customers are not buying, first of all, that's a generalization. What they mean really is that customers are not buying at the pace that we'd like. They're not buying the way they used to buy. They're not buying as enthusiastically and as abundantly as we had hoped. And so most companies are at a point where business has not come to a complete stop. They are still servicing clients. I think that this is why, in my eyes, servicing existing clients and being able to sort of point to a standard that you bring to the marketplace is so important right now. When we talk about investment, we have to really talk about not only investment in new ideas and not only investment in new marketing strategies and technical innovations and operational excellence, but we have to talk about investing in our existing customers. And one of the best ways to invest in our existing customers is to invest in our staff and to let our staff know that they're important and that customers are important. Customers are looking for deals right now. They're shopping around. They're looking for a reason to change suppliers. As corporate leaders, we shouldn't give them that. We should not only give them a reason to do business with us, we should give them a reason to increase their business, increase their spending with us. And so I think that companies who decide that this is not the time to invest in their people are making a very, very a big mistake. Because if any time has surfaced that we should invest in our people, it is now. And if we invest in our people now, not only will we show our people that they matter, those people, our staff, our employees, the people who make our organizations what they are, will show customers that they matter. The notion that you can still win is not just a cute platitude. The notion that you can still win is a message that needs to go down to the smallest of customers. The customer that spends the least amount with you should know that you can still win by doing business with us. You can still win by entrusting us with your service. You can still win by being a partner with us. So this is not just a message that says, hey, it's great you can do it, which is a wonderful message. But this is a message that we can bring to the ground level, to ground zero of our organization and our operation. And I believe that if we take that seriously and really make that a mandate, we will find that instead of having difficult times, we'll have prosperous times. Well, I think the first thing is we want to communicate to the organization that we value ideas. That ideas are the backbone of the organization, that they make us thrive, they make us grow, and they keep the organization dynamic. So I think that the idea that ideas are important has got to be communicated by top leaders. Second, you need a methodology to communicate those ideas. You need to be able to email top executives and to share ideas amongst middle managers so that there isn't this feeling that, oh, I can't bring that up, that there's actually an open door for new ideas. But even more importantly, there's nothing like having a suggestion box and none of those suggestions are used. So there has to be a sense within an organization that if I contribute an idea to the organization, that it's going to be used, that it's going to be implemented. And I think we're not just talking about ideas that are somewhat incidental to the operation of the company. We're talking about ideas that fundamentally change the way the organization operates. I've seen organizations decide to change the color of a direct mail piece because a particular employee said that's going to be more effective. I've seen organizations use testimonials that employees have shared and use them as part of their marketing efforts because they realize that the greatest ideas don't necessarily come from the marketing department. I've seen organizations implement engineering ideas that came from the corporate garage. So I think the idea here is that as senior executives, we're always thinking about how to improve our organizations. We're well traveled, we're well read, we have great relationships with organizations, our partners, our joint venture partners, our investors, our shareholders. But I think that relationship and that dialogue with staff is equally important. And the idea of walking the halls and getting to know the people and hearing what's on their mind, whether it's concerned about their own personal economy and their own mortgages and putting their kids through school and health benefits and so forth, or whether it's an idea that's going to propel the organization forward, we have to have an open ear to those sort of things. And that has to be worked into the fiber and the culture of the organization. That has to be a mandate at the very senior level. One of the things I do that I love doing is these executive briefings, and I know we've been talking about doing that together, but the idea is we bring together senior executives to sort of have an informal discussion about what's going on in the marketplace. What I'm seeing in my work in leadership and winning out there around the world, to discuss some of the ideas that have surfaced through the organization and to find a way to create change so that organizations can be more successful. Dialogue is important. Communication is important. When you look at a winning team, whether it's in baseball, basketball, or football, we know that a coach has got to communicate with its players. And when you reach a stage where there's conflict, where there's difficulty, where there's challenge, that's when the coach says, okay, let's settle down and let's remember what we stand for. And let's remember that even though we're at a point where things are difficult and challenging, we can still get through that and we can still win. So the idea is that we have to really support ongoing dialogue. We have to embrace the idea, we have to communicate the idea, and we have to take action on that idea.